Where's my?
Yes, the recording has started.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I'd like to call the meeting of the January meeting, I guess we are, of the Washington State Human Rights Commission to order. And we will begin the meeting with the roll call, please.
Okay. Chair Deborah Cook.
Present.
Commissioner Guadalupe Gamboa.
Present.
Commissioner James Moore.
Present.
Executive Director Sharon Ortiz.
Present.
Deputy Director Cheryl Strobert.
Present.
Assistant Attorney General Kristen Lanson.
Present.
And anyone else that's on the line if they'd like to identify themselves.
Celine Garcia, Customer Service Specialist.
Thank you. And then we can begin.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, we have a few items of business to conduct today, and we will also be having an executive session later in the meeting to consider additional applicants for the executive director position. And we'll talk about that when we get there, but that's kind of the way the layout of the meeting is going to be today. So the first thing we have are several meeting minutes. I'm going to see if we can adopt them as a lot, and if we cannot, if there's discussion that we cannot, we will break it down. But these will be the minutes for the December 16th commission meeting, the December 21st special meeting, and the January 6th special meeting. So is there a motion regarding acceptance of these minutes?
Commissioner Moore, I move to accept the minutes, approve the minutes.
All right, thank you. In a second?
Commissioner Gamboa, second.
Second. All right, is there any discussion of the minutes before we adopt them as a group? Hearing none, then I will ask for all who are in favor of adopting the minutes to say aye.
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 And any opposed? All right, thank you. And thanks to staff for doing a good job with all of that. As always, we appreciate the diligence of the minutes, and those are great. All right, we now are to the case closures, and there are two cases that were withdrawn from the case closures. Can we have those read into the record, please?
Heinen v. AMPACC Law Group and Morton v. Peace Health.
Right. Thank you so much. All right. Is there any discussion of the remaining cases? Okay. Hearing none, I would accept a motion to approve the cases as submitted and revised.
Commissioner Gamboa, I so move.
Thank you.
Seconded.
All right, thank you. And all in favor of accepting the cases as submitted?
Aye.
And any opposed? All right, thank you so much. All right, Sharon, Executive Director reporting.
Well, I don't have a whole lot to report because it's legislative session and I've been meeting with legislators. I just got off the phone with one who's kind of sad. This is my last phone call with her. And then working on the recruitment and just doing my other stuff with enforcement. So we're really hoping to get the governor's budget gives us everything we asked for. So been assured by a couple people that they will see to it that I won't have to leave the agency without resources, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And what did we get, Sharon?
6 more FTEs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That brings the total to what?
30, that would be, well, if we're fully staffed, it could be up to 34 possibly.
Yeah.
Because, one other new update, I guess, too, that is that we have made offers to 4 people to fill 4 vacancies. So we're going to start a training regimen next week. They start on February 1st. 2 of them are going to go into housing because we're way behind in housing, and they offer so much training, and it is more, they actually pay us a lot more to do housing. And then 2 will go into employment. So that's exciting.
Yes. Yes, this is really great news. Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Any questions, additional questions for Sharon? Okay, great. Yeah. All right. So now let's move on to discuss the executive director recruitment process and provide an update there. And as I said, we will be going into executive session at the end of the substantive meeting so that we can talk about some more candidates. So the position is open until the end of the month, which is only a couple more days. And one of the things that we'll want to think about, I think we should probably decide this after we go into executive session, will be whether or not we want to extend the position opening further. We do have 2 candidates that we will be talking about during the executive session that the commissioners have been reviewing the applications of. And so we will be deciding whether to interview one or both of them and where to proceed from there. If we only end up with one of them to interview, my inclination is going to be encouraging that we wait till we have more to interview, because it's always just a problem when we feel like we've only got one person to talk to. So, but we'll kind of have a little bit of overview of that, and then we'll definitely talk about that when we come back. So far we have interviewed, I believe we interviewed like 5 people. We've had a second interview with 1 additional person. We had identified 2 people who could be second interviewed, but one of those declined. And so we are still looking for people. Sharon has done another batch mailing to particularly to civil rights advocates and agencies as our process to recruit. We're just kind of moving forward. Sharon, do you have anything additional to sort of add to that?
Well, I did find out, but I didn't have time because I had an appointment right before this meeting. I found out right before that appointment that another person has applied.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
I don't know if they've made it through the, through to the.
I haven't seen it in the thingy yet. So
yeah, I think it could take 24 hours for it to go through that.
Yeah. And I was just looking at the mail just before we came on. So I didn't see it yet. So I think we'll be just talking about these 2, obviously. But yeah, that's encouraging that there are still some applications coming in, and so we'll just see how that all goes. Yeah. Any comments from commissioners on this topic? We'll have more time to talk about the specific individuals we have when we go into executive session. But any process questions or discussion?
Mm-hmm. So is Sharon and Cheryl doing the initial interviews?
No, we haven't done
initial
any.
cut?
We actually, because we've only had 2 additional applicants, we're going to have the commissioners talk. You got those in your email, and we'll talk about them.
Okay.
and see if we want to have them initial interviewed. If we do, then we can ask staff to do that, or we can ask staff to do that with one of us or we can decide to do them or we can decide to wait. I mean, I think we have options, but because if we had agreed that if we really had a big candidate pool that we would do as we did, which is that we had staff review them and eliminate some for us, that didn't qualify. And so, we had staff do an initial cut last time, and we also talked about the fact that we could have staff do some initial conversation with people that we were interested in to save us some time and energy and help us stay focused. But we don't have that number of people to worry about right now. So we'll talk about these two that we have, and then we'll provide direction to staff based on what we see about those two people.
Okay.
And then there's a third one that's going to be coming down the pike. And so when we come back and we talk about these two, I think we can talk about the what ifs, like, if we're going to kind of collect people, or what to do if we spotted someone that we're super interested in, don't want to lose, that kind of thing. So, I'm trying to avoid as much as possible asking you for special meetings between our commission meetings, which means that if we have enough people to interview, we could interview people as part of our next commission meeting or have a special meeting, whichever is your preference. But see, we've had 2 special meetings recently, and it's real hard to get everybody there. So I'm trying the best I can, and staff are trying to reduce the number of those so that they're sort of mission critical, and we don't have a bunch. But we'll have to have some. I mean, we'll either have them as part of the commission meeting or separate, depending on your schedules and your availability, et cetera. But that's the only thing I can say. To get the job done, we'll be meeting more than an hour a month, but we're going to try to limit that as much as possible. Anything else? Do we have any commissioner reporting?
Commissioner Moore, I don't have any, sorry.
Okay, it's that part of the year where it's hard to have any, especially with everything going on legislatively. Okay, anyone else? I don't actually have anything new. I've been mostly involved with this recruitment process.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's have our AAG update from our Attorney General.
Good morning. I am going to join the bandwagon and say I have nothing to report this morning. So, thank you.
It's January, you know.
Thanks.
It's January, and that is often really the case unless there's some big pending legislation going on that we're all excited about or something, because people are just recovering from the holiday stuff. So, okay, hold on. My stuff is...
I do have something to report.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't fit here, but it's, I go before the Senate, I guess a judicial committee for my appointment, being interviewed for my reappointment as commissioner on Monday.
Uh-huh. Wow. All right.
That's
Excellent. Excellent. I apologize. There's a phone ringing. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop it. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, shoot. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's just going to ring for a second because I can't stop it. It's the landline.
That's all right.
Well, so I'm excited. So that means you're going to continue on as a commissioner?
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. All right. Well, see, I'll take anything I can get. That's very good. Okay. All right. Let's move on then to our executive session. The commission will move into executive session to evaluate the qualifications of applicants for public employment. In this case, it's the executive director position. And this is pursuant to RCW 42.30.1101G. We anticipate the executive session will last no more than 15 minutes. And we will reconvene in a public session at, what will that be? 10 o'clock, I guess. So we will reconvene in our public session then. If more time is needed for executive session, we will be reconvened a little bit later if necessary, and we'll let you know. But the commission requires, if we require additional time for the executive session, but I don't think we will. That's the plan. So if everyone who is, we're going to just stay here. So if you are not required for the executive session, I'm going to ask you to leave and return at the top of the hour.
Celine, are we good to go?
Sorry, I was muted. We're good to go.
Okay.
Excellent, no problem. It's orchestrating all these little weirdnesses that get challenging for us. Thanks so much. Well, let's reconvene the meeting then. The commissioners were in executive session for the specific purpose of discussing candidates for the position of executive director, and no actions were taken. No motions were made, and so it was entirely just the discussion of what to do about these candidates. So do I have a motion to move either or both of these candidates forward for an interview at this time? Okay, so we will not be doing that at this time, but we will. We may still consider them as we move forward. So, but we are not going to schedule an interview with anyone else at this time. So, the position that we have is open through the end of January. And that's clearly not going to be, well, enough time, or it seems like it may not be enough time. One of the things that we did talk a little bit about is that we would not interview any candidates until we had a pool of candidates. So, so we will probably need longer than the end of January. So, given that, I would entertain a motion to something like to extend the application process, or to extend the opening until the position is filled.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second for that?
Second.
And any discussion of that? Yeah, sure, thanks. Any discussion of that? Okay, it has been moved and seconded that the position will remain open until filled, and staff will go through whatever process that takes to get that done for us, please. And all in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And any opposed? Okay, so that is where we are. These candidates will stay on the table. We will continue to recruit, and we will kind of move forward from here. All right. And the other thing that I don't think we need a motion for this particularly, but we acknowledged that we're going to be in this process for a little longer, and that we need to allow for time to potentially schedule interviews as part of our next upcoming meeting. So it was agreed that we would make sure that our schedules accommodated the possibility of scheduling an interview for any of the next couple of months. And so we'll go forward. We'll go forward with that. So I don't think that requires any motion, since technically our meetings can go as long as they need to go. But just an acknowledgement that we will try to conduct interviews as part of the meetings in executive session as needed. All right, that is all of the official business that I can come up with here for the commission meeting. Is there any other items to come? Are there any other items to come before the commission at this time? All right, hearing none, then the meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting will be the last Thursday in February, which I think is like the 24th or something. I'm so confused. Always, yeah. So the next meeting will be in February, and thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned.